So lots to talk about today, as you can see, but we're going to start by referencing that social media blackout which is taking place this weekend. Governing bodies and organisations, including some of those behind us, the Football Association, the Premier League, EFL, Women's Super League, Kick It Out, and many individuals have gone silent on social media in a show of solidarity against racism and discrimination. Now, Ian Wright and Alan Shearer are two of those who've teamed up with the Premier League to get behind the campaign. There's so much to discuss, isn't it? And, you know, we all know, Righty, when you hear about a friend like that, someone you know well, you've worked with for many years, is getting that, is receiving that virtually every day, something has got to change. I don't know what needs to change, Al, but something needs to change.
And Righty, I think he hit the nail on the head right there. I have to sit there and take it. But look, so that shows the increase, what is happening right now.
And one of those things that, you know, this is the reason why many people and organisations have taken this stance this weekend of just coming off social media. I mean, some people out there will be watching this thinking it's not going to make any difference. But does it feel like a step in the right direction to you?
And I just think, you know, it needs to stop. I think this is a good way of starting and bringing the awareness towards it. But
the hard thing is, because we can sit here as well, like, and be like, there's a strong consequence that might stay with me forever. Then you're stopping it. They won't do it. But at the moment, there is nothing in place and people can just get away with saying and doing what they want.
And to touch on what you said as well, part of the problem is if you were to open your phone now and read some of they'd be cheering themselves on because they're getting that attention from what they've said and all they want is a response.
Yeah, keep giving airtime to Raheem or even myself, report things.
From these companies to take action.
Another one the next day. So, you know, how are people getting verified to make the accounts?
But if I was to play some music on, I was like, really? Like, wow.
These two and lots of others on social media until Monday afternoon. Now, because of the BBC Charter, the organisation is prevented from joining any lobbying campaigns, but they have released a... Thank you for that, Jonathan. Talking about sort of champagne football, Manchester City played a little bit of that in Paris in midweek. We can show you the goals from that Champions League.
They showed a different side to them, and I think we've seen that side more so this season, that resilience in them.
Because I suppose in the Champions League, when everybody always talks about the fact that they haven't got to a certain stage and they haven't delivered with the players that they've got, surely that's rolling around your head. That's a lot of character involved in that.
It really is. Maybe not your star players. Yes, Kevin De Bruyne is still running the shot, but you've got other players stepping up, like Mahrez. I feel like...
the goals, fewer goals, would you give him Player of the Year, I think, based on what you've seen so far? As Chelsea fans are with Thomas Tuchel as well. See that Marcelo might miss the second leg because he could be on election duties in Brazil, looking after local elections. Get him out of that one. We saw the scores in the Europa League as well. Do you want to talk about Arsenal and Unai Emery coming back?
Ash, take it off me. It's a positive energy. That was worse. So the fact that there's a lifeline there.
Well, you threw a wee in there, so we can tell you Manchester United's win against Roma. The turnaround from half-time to score those goals, Cavani at his best. I mean, that was really impressive.
Yeah, excellent. And
weekend, Manchester United face Liverpool, knowing, as we said, the title could go to Manchester City if they lose. These two are the two most successful teams in English football history, and everyone has a view. This is what Guy Mowbray was talking about there. Manchester United got a big second leg to come, but Liverpool are desperate to get the points because they need to get in that top four.
For so much stick, but when you look, he came into a camp that was kind of unsettled, played a trophy as well. I think it's phenomenal what's going on. A big personality. But over the last season, since that Alex Ferguson, it didn't work for them. So I think what Ollie's come in, he settled the ship and got these players playing again and performing.
If you look at you can see their record in semi-finals. It's not brilliant, but you know, to go back to the point that Al was saying, do you think they are a better side now than they were when he took over?
With this team, but yeah, no, I think they've had a very good season, one that they should be very proud of.
And from a Liverpool point of view, they've had a lot of criticism, a lot of injuries, a lot of talk about why it hasn't gone right for them this time round. But if you look at their record actually against the produce as highly as they did last time round, it's little things like if you start analysing the stats, actually
something to watch.
Look at the way they both avoided that entirely. Let's show you some goals, shall we? Just 13 days ago, Leicester took on Southampton in the FA Cup semi-final. Last night they went toe-to-toe in the Premier League. Simon Brotherton was watching. So you remember that when Leicester went to South?
The win, but fair play, as you say, with the fixture before. I think
we can achieve. So I don't think. Well, I obviously can't sit here and speak for Brendan Rodgers, but to me, I feel
about Tottenham, and does it tell you there's a big rebuilding job to do at Tottenham? There's the future of Kane to sort out, but also quite a bit of work to be done to turn that squad into a squad that can challenge.
Characters that are going to help you. You're a starting player, and I know one going.
And Wolves this season are 11 points down from where they were last time round. But I suppose if you look at who they've lost, Jimenez, Jota, Doherty, they've taken out, the spine of what was a great team last
season, which is fine. I trust in the manager that he'll do a little bit.
Struggling to keep across everything, but that's what I'm going to be trying to do today.
I might come and join you in that dark room because she's got to do final score this afternoon in there as well, because there's a lot that could happen.
It's so much. It's this.
Do a brilliant job this afternoon with Al as your wing woman as well. Plenty more football for you to. Congratulations to him on the One Show, though. Now, if you are feeling a little disillusioned with football at the moment, this might be just what you need. Accrington Stanley have used the government's Kickstarter campaign to help. There are so many clubs doing things like that, and after the European Super League, I think that's probably just a tonic which many football fans require. Now, let's tell you about Charlie Masonde. You might remember the name, was hailed as one of the great prospects to come out of the Chelsea Academy. Then, 3 years ago, after a crippling knee injury, he was given just a 20% chance of playing again. He met up with Alex Howells to chat through that journey back to fitness.
Hopefully we see him back out there.
He's putting the hours in, isn't he?
The hours, but the smile, that just shows his attitude. It's not feeling sorry for himself.
For a while, but keep your eyes on Charlie Masonde. Now, England women's most capped international, Farrah Williams, announced she's going to retire at the end of the season at the age of just 37. We know you know her very well, don't you? Well, Joe Curry caught up with her to reminisce on what has been a remarkable career.
It's hard for me to sit here and just explain just in a short amount of time, but Farrah Williams was 11 aside, you wanted Farrah on the ball, but more than that, just the team player that she was, her understanding, her